I accidentally exposed a manager's secret scam and got him arrested. So, let me tell you about the time an innocent, clueless 19-year-old accidentally brought down a manager in training who turned out to be a thief. It was the year 2000. I was working retail at this little picture framing shop. Now, I thought I was kind of important because I was what they called a third key. Basically, I had the store keys, I could open and close, and if the real managers weren't around, I was the one in charge. For 19-year-old me, that felt like power. Our team was small. We had Jenny, the manager, middle-aged, hilarious, super kind. She was like a store mom. She'd bake cookies, tell us wild stories about the 70s, and she had this way of knowing exactly what to say when you were down. Everyone loved her. But Jenny was getting tired. Her health wasn't great, and her art career was finally starting to take off. She decided she'd leave soon. Then there was Nick, our assistant manager. He was just a laid-back college kid, no interest in moving up. Which meant when Jenny left, corporate brought in Steve. Steve was supposed to be a manager in training, and from day one, he was off. Picture a huge guy in these ugly, loud sweaters like Bill Cosby hand-me-downs in the middle of an Arizona summer, and when I tried to train him, he wouldn't engage. He would just stare. Like, imagine me, a bubbly 19-year-old, trying to explain the job, and he's sitting in a chair watching me, saying almost nothing. When he did talk, it was bragging about how amazing he'd been at his last job, about how little managers got paid here. It was uncomfortable, creepy even. And then, things got weird. One Saturday, Jenny called me. She wasn't feeling well and asked me to come in and cover her shift. Of course, I said yes. I worked that Saturday, then Sunday, and then Monday. And on Monday, the district manager stopped by while I was manager on duty. Now, I was a total chatterbox. So when he asked me how Steve was doing, I was honest but diplomatic. I said, well, he's not the best. For example, Saturday when I came in for Jenny, he just sat in the office or wandered around all night. The district manager went quiet. His face changed. And then he asked, wait, Jenny wasn't there after 3? That single sentence changed everything. See, lately the store had been bleeding money. A ton of credit card purchases were being refunded in cash, thousands of dollars disappearing, and every single refund logged under Jenny's manager code. They thought Jenny was stealing, that she was cleaning house before leaving retail for good. But here's the thing. I had seen Jenny that Saturday. I knew she went home sick hours before, and yet a huge $750 refund was processed in her name later that night. That's when it hit them. Jenny wasn't the thief. Steve was. Turns out, Jenny had given him her code to train him, since corporate hadn't set him up with his own yet. And he was using it. Every sketchy cash refund? Him, not her. Once they went back through the schedules, it was obvious. Half of those refunds happened on days Jenny wasn't even in the building. They quietly shifted Steve to another store that had better surveillance cameras, and he did the exact same thing. Cash refunds, stealing straight from the till, and that's when they nailed him. One morning, Steve walked into work, only to find the district manager and 2 sheriff's detectives waiting for him. They cuffed him, walked him out, arrested him right there at the store, and me? I was low-key disappointed it didn't happen at our shop. Can you imagine the drama?